I always forget that I have this microphone. Yeah, I thought I would have made the setup correct, but I didn't. And the relay of the messages is not working as I thought it would. And the sound is so weird today. Something is so off today. Can't tell exactly what it is. Thank you. I just put a couch there and the rest is just now instruments. But how do I get these messages to relay on Discord to have an overlay on Reason so I don't have to always look left or right? I used to have both monitors on this table, but it was kind of a tight fit. And if I want to record more on the other keyboard, which I should, because it sounds so super weird today. Either I'm deaf or something super off. Maybe it's the reverb. Or we're still in mono. I don't know, it sounds so weird. Let me mute this. Let me mute that too. That's better. Are we still mono? That's mono. Well, the Vox is mono anyway. Well, yeah. Let's try to make some samples and I don't know. I don't have a clear plan. I just wanted to record something, upload a sample or a snippet or whatever, and then we can see what we can do. And I did noodle around a little bit with Complex because I suck at modular synthesis. And yeah, just connected some cables randomly, try to understand a thing or two. That's why I got this plugin Wave Observer, which I can recommend. That is maybe not the worst idea. The only issue is that my phone has really bad charging port, and oftentimes it doesn't charge very well at all. That means I don't want to use the device and drain the battery, because like I need to replace my cell phone just because of that part. It's old Asian anyway, but I don't need a fancy phone. I just need it to charge, and that's unfortunately not an option. What have we here? Something a little bit random, but why not? I called this Warp Energy Drive for when you put the mod wheel down. And what did I connect the mod wheel to? A couple of things. But yeah, it's connected to the pitch of the comb delay that leads to some interesting results. Let me turn off this reverb on that. So interesting to mess with this. I could do this for hours. Well, I do. But I don't want to bore you. It's a crazy thing to noodle with. I don't have a real clear idea yet, but it's fancy as fuck. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be that aggressive on the high frequencies. Where am I routing this from? That's the gate. This comes from the filter. And I'm taking what? This weird high pass filter. Or is that a low pass filter? Let me hide the cables. See nothing. But I forgot. You can move the cables a little bit around. I could do this forever. And the coolest thing is you can pause this and analyze this in wave or in envelope form. So you can kind of connect the random I'm just using the demo version of this. I don't know if it takes different inputs, but it can portray left and right channel. But yeah, maybe the high frequencies were maybe a little bit too much. Well, when you put that through a reverb, you can do a lot of crazy stuff. So much crazy stuff can be done with that. Let me put this back on reverb. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm done with this. You could really exaggerate that. Why is there so much resonance? Like there is a couple of maybe a little too aggressive frequencies in there for too much of a time. I'd agree, it's kind of ear fatiguing, I'd say. Even though these frequencies are kind of aggressive, even though they don't even read that high on the meter. That's kind of crazy. Maybe let's do something else. How about we going to exclude this for now from this? We could do that some other time. What was I doing? I don't know. I was flipping a random piano vocal sketch earlier. Let's see. Maybe we can add something around that. Kind of was fun playing around with this mimic.
It never ends to stand. It never ends. The longest end was my problem, sir. Again and It never ends, it never ends. It never ends to stand. It never ends. The longest end was my problem say. Get, get,
Not quite sure what the heck is the key of this. We pitched this up by 3. And it was what? Supposedly, what the heck was that? Where's the recording? Where is this recording? Kind of forgot where I made this recording. Did I make it in song mode? Where the heck did I put this recording? Kind of maybe there. Guess so. Again and again and again. Again and again and again and again, 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 again. Again, 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 again. It never ends, it never ends. It never ends to stand. It never ends, the longest ends was my problem say. And again and again and again. Again and again and again and again, 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 again. Again, 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 again. It never ends, it never ends. It never ends to stand. It never ends, the longest end was my problem say. And again and again and again. Again and again and again and again, 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 again. Again, 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 again. It never ends, it never ends. It never. I think I put the brass too wide. Not sure. Only on 25. I think I'm deaf today. Something is definitely wrong with my ears. Maybe I need to take a break. Maybe A flat. Let's test that. But like right now we're in E flat. We pitched that up by 3. Like I'm kind of pretty sure we're in E flat. All the brass stuff. Was C minor, E flat. So if we consider pitching that up, and we may have been in the mode too, because I am not 100% sure. Maybe we are kind of. What would be the second mode? That's Dorian, right? I think we were in F Dorian. I also don't have perfect pitch, but I also have good relative pitch, and also I kind of know what I played. So we played C minor, E flat major, and we may have been ever so slightly maybe leaning to have F as a center. So when we think, just theoretically, when we are thinking we are in E flat major, if we're saying we applying the second mode of E flat major, that would be F Dorian, I think. Hold up a second. Where's this up? Lock to MIDI looper. Let's see. So that is E flat or E Ionian. And if we start the same notes on F, we're on F Dorian, I think, I hope. And if we pitch up F Dorian by 3, then we are in something A flat. So a bass line in A flat. Okay. That shouldn't have taken that long. I'm still not 100% sure which. Yeah, and then we pitched that up by 3. So now we are in something in A flat or G sharp, however we want to look at it. But Okay, I hope I found the blues bass line. A flat, B, C, D flat, E, G flat, A flat. And that is probably also not quite right. That is not right. I'm mixing something. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum. That bass is courtesy of Reason. And actually, I believe maybe all except the tape in this chain are kind of Reason devices. That is Reason electric bass, which I absolutely love, and it is probably in every project. It goes through. It has a couple of cool things. I don't want to mess with this patch, but let me hold up. Yeah. As you can see, it's really one of my favorites. So when it loads up, let me kill this reverb. It makes me, I don't know, something is wrong with my ears today, and it's certainly not helping. I feel like I'm in whatever kind of space in between of worlds. Okay, hold up. That's not very well visible, is it? So it comes like this. You have the option of a couple of basses to choose from. Very nice basses, nicely sampled, with different amp modulations, amp microphones, and then you have like little effect section, like stomp box, like guitarists do, or like pedal board. That's the word I was looking for. And then you can choose kind of the source mix that you like. Do you want more direct input from the bass, unplugged so to speak, or levels through the amp? Let's amp that up. How can we get that fatter? The only thing, yeah, absolutely. This bass is really very well made. So are a lot of other. Actually, I think everything stock is excellent in most DAWs, but I can mostly speak for Reason. It is really excellent. I have always been happy with Reason. There's a couple of really great basses. Let me get a player device so I can tweak faster around. Also, these players are one of the things that I love most. Um, they are really very helpful for working fast, finding inspiration, or if you are an instrumentalist and you want to create a fast backing track to practice. I use this a lot. If I want to practice guitar, I will just choose a key, and sometimes the same with piano. I can kind of play the keyboard, but so that I don't get stuck creating that backing track, sometimes I just use chord sequencer, put it on any. Let me just demonstrate. I talk too much. Radical keys, maybe. I don't know. Well, radical keys. I didn't use this for a long time. So I'll show you how fast we can do something cool. And this, if I wasn't unable to navigate, I don't know. We'll choose the tempo. We'll choose the tempo later. Okay, so we have our. Is anything playing if I press play? Yeah, super. Like if we randomize. Let us mute this hi-hat. And let's make this bass beautiful. And then we're going to connect it with this Rhodes. And we are going to do it in this way. That we'll find some. Hold up, what that? Yeah, that's better. Let's see, soul R&B, maybe something funky. Okay, for a second it won't make sense, but now we are sending now the root CV output from our Rhodes, which also sounds amazing. We are sending this to our bass line, so we already have our kind of musical starter idea and context while we are editing our chain and working on our sound. I love it. Like you can audition sounds and start thinking about ideas before you can yeah, in an empty template, and you already have something going. Let's see what we can do with this. crazy about this chat thing, but now it's not the time. Now it's not the time. But I can't hear the snare. That's true. But we're not done with the bass. I bought the mission of the bass for a second. And also, I don't know, something is wrong with my brain today or with my ears. Something somewhat hypersensitive for sound. Let's have these. No, you know what? It is not that it's fast. This is halftime. So we actually in 60. Might be programming 120. We can program this just halftime. See? It's so much nicer. Like 30 seconds ago, I was thinking I was gonna get a heart attack if I hear this drum and bass. Everything was rushing like crazy. Also, that's not perfect either. It's just so we don't get annoyed too fast. Okay, let's take care of this bass now. Wrong bass. That's the bass we want to work on. Let's give it some amp, maybe. How far can we get here? Oh. Okay, I know what it needs. It needs kind of the same treatment like the last bass. It needs a nice amp. Let's turn on these cabinets. Let's turn off distortion. Take a different bass. I like the plugginess. Got something. Also, actually, with the other bass, I gave it some a Lindrum snare. Yeah, I really need to work on this issue with the chat because I'm kind of late reading that. A Lindrum snare. One second. Let's see. And also 1 second. Okay. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like, I don't, I can't quite put, like one of these 70s, 80s disco funk. I wish I could belt, but my neighbors kill me. You know? And also, maybe I better stick to my keys. Don't you know, baby? Don't you know, baby? Tonight's the night. Ooh. I feel it. Absolutely love a disco. Like we had, I put soft tube tape on every track, and you saw me messing around with it on the master. Usually, I often have it on the master, almost always, but usually the tape is all 100% set to stable. But yeah, let's put this back to 50. We want this wobbly for the Zulu analog nostalgia dreams. We want this tape to wobble, especially when you play strings, but also when you make samples. Actually, it is very handy. I was working a lot on drums last night, and as if you don't have too much wobble going on, it is kind of interesting because I was thinking, in a way, it is introducing, of course, slight pitch variations and whatnot, as if it was not like if you're working with one-shot samples. Sorry, I have really problems speaking today. If you have one-shot samples, if you put a tape plug-in behind it that introduces some irregulations, it can become more than one sample now, because you have versions of it, fluctuations, like as if you had recorded maybe a different hit where the drummer hit less hard or at a different position or on a different angle or whatnot. And that is kind of really practical. So I really recommend using a lot of tape emulations or whatever kind of device you have to introduce some pitch fluctuation or timing fluctuation. So you can kind of make a nice copy and pasta that is not directly copy and pasta. Kind of a fake round robin kind of thing. I don't know how to best put it, but yeah, tape really, or anything that goes in cycles really just helps. We want movement wherever. Like the most boring sound can become so much more interesting. Like if let's take these strings for instance. Let's play a chord of string. We could maybe just use one note. Like, I mean, we are only at 50%, and these strings already sound so much more legit than, say, if we wanted to emulate a sound that seems as if we were taking something off a record. Introduce pitch fluctuation or any kind of tape or vinyl emulation, and there's a lot of free ones. Like what's also cool is who made that plugin? I know that it's free. Because Softube tape isn't, but vinyl is. Isotopes vinyl, yeah. Isotope Vinyl is a nice plugin too. Like, not that it is a bad sound necessarily. It's also a nice sound. You can use the sound. Yeah, I'm not really that elegant today on the keys. I'm hacking away at the controller. But let's say, well, let's better use a better example of really just this one note. Absolutely. And it wouldn't even need to be tape emulation, probably in Ableton or whatever software. You could just put a filter there that uses an LFO that will introduce pitch fluctuation on the channel bus or on the master or whatever. Like, it doesn't need to be a whole tape plugin, because the only thing that we're after is, well, of course it's nice if it's tape, if that's what we're trying to emulate, because this will do other good things for us. We can do a little bit of EQ and gain staging. That's what I use it also mostly for, and for the harmonic saturation, of course. But also we can do really a lot. Like, most of the sound from this drum on the snare also comes from the take plugin. I think I took almost all the headroom out of it and almost clipped the input and just balanced on the output, so I'd get max saturation out of it. And also I started to, as I said, like with one shots, it's cool when you have a an effect on there that kind of introduces variations. Then you kind of have more than one sample. You act like you would be doing, I don't know, round robin samples, or your sampler would. Like, anyhow, let's continue. But listen, really, like, let's play something sad and slow. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have not tested too many. I kind of fell in love with soft-tube tape quite early, I think a couple of years already. And what I otherwise like to use often, but I thought today maybe not, but we can put that in. Why not? RC20, of course. It's not free, yes, but I believe probably RC20 is a very versatile and usable. And we're, of course, we need to reduce that. That's a little bit much. Let's put this down. Also, we don't want the tilt. I don't also want all the EQ from here. Maybe a little cut here. Not too drastic. We'll want to let some frequencies live. So when we are sampling or want to process, we have something to process left. So we can always reduce the sound more if we think we should. But also, what other software or tools I like using is, and also now I think that we have RC20 on the master bus after tape. I'm taking off the tape stability or the tape wobble here because we already have wobble now in the other plugin. Sorry, I can't speak today. I don't know what I'm doing. Kalium Audio and Waves Factory runs. Okay, gotta check them out. That's very cool. Okay. But you know what? I didn't want to use RC20 this time because I always use RC20 and that's boring. It has its use, but I've had RC20 on my master bus for too many projects. I wanted to wobble. And also I went back to working in 48 because I want to also create sounds that are suitable for moving picture, and then it's better for matching with 24 frames. So I'm back adding samples to the library, continuing from now on. That will be in 48 kilohertz. Okie dokie, let's see what we can do. Let the tape wobble. Let's make something melodramatic. Oh, we were disco funky, right? I think we were working on the disco funk thing. Yeah. Almost forgot. Oh my goodness, it's good. Let's save this. We got a good start, but the bass still needs some help. Oh, I already am stealing so many. I'm stealing some. I have a million vocal runs in my head that I probably even can't perform that well, and that will get copyright strikes. I also got some somewhat Jamiroquai feelings. Sorry, man. The Lindrum sells it. This Lindrum sells it so well, and I haven't even looked if I wouldn't even have a better sample in there. But like, oh my goodness, this Lindrum is that was a nice choice, man. Very, very good. It's just adequate for the time that we try to recreate. Let's give it some more presence. We need to be careful that we're not compressing this bass to hell, because we already kind of starting compressing it here somewhat. like the bass line, but I think we're going to keep looking for that's what they used. If you want to make something to sound like it sounds, use what they use. Or use an emulation or whatever. Something similar. And that's gonna be fine. Exactly. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to make it roll nicely, right? Yeah. But let's find. Should we have stick with that bass? Should we have stick with this bass? How could I otherwise make this work? Maybe I have an idea. How about I go into OBS? Then I'm going to click Appearance. No, General. Hide OBS. No. Click Apply. Now we can see beautiful, beautiful OBS. And what I want to do next is always on top. Where is that in view, right? Always on top. Exactly. Then I'm going to detach this chat window. And then hopefully I should have an overlay that sticks on my display. But why is this still black then? Didn't I click OK when I said edit settings? I'm sorry. Why? But I need to see the chat, otherwise it's kind of pointless, right? Let me think. Oh, and I also should change the sample rate in here. You know what, guys? I'm gonna take a break. Maybe I'll be back in 50 minutes or so, but I also just see that the sample rate is should be changed. Like, why not work in at the right sample rate? All right. Now where's this chat? I lost everything. Holy Christ. All right, I'm gonna take a break and restart. Also just realized that OBS is in, and the wrong sample rate, but hold on a second. So I thought I saved it. Appearance, General, hide OBS. No. Okay. But let's read that it can stay there. This can go over there. But why wouldn't it be visible? That's so strange. Alright. I'm gonna restart and see if I can improve upon this chat situation. Like this black box that you see now, I can see the chat that I extracted from OBS. But for some reason, it is when I look at what you should probably be seeing, now you just see a black box that's floating over the screen, which is the chat box that I am trying to get here, so I can work in Reason and see. God damn it. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Catch you guys later. Peace. Do something funky. But let's find this bass first. God, I love this tool. And of course, it has some chunks of some more known bass line. Bum 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 bum. I think we all know this one. Let's stick with this for now. Okay, maybe I'm gonna hang around for a couple more minutes. Also, we didn't give this Rhodes any love, right? maybe it's getting a little bit too stereo wide, and also I'm getting lost, and I should take a break and change the sample rate in OBS. Right, I got lost. I'll catch you later, and I shouldn't even say that because it's already past 12. Anyway, probably catch you later. I can't promise 100%, but I believe I will. Anyway, peace.